Hi.
Now, have you been hypnotized before, ever?
Yeah, I learned to hypnotize myself.
Really?
Yeah.
For what reason?
I did. I have this, I had this fear of flying, which wasn't really a fear of flying, it was a fear of turbulence. Mm-hmm. And I'd be on a plane, I'd yell out, "Oh my God, this is it!" And that would bother the other passengers, so they asked me to stop doing that. So I went to a hypnotist, and he taught me how to hypnotize myself, but it didn't work. I mean, I still don't love to fly, but I learned how to do it.
So this book, I got an advance copy when they were putting it out, and it is everything that I love you for. It's the reason that I used to, listen to you and watch the show. And I shouldn't even be doing this as a hilarious title, but I understand you had several other ideas.
Well, it's the first book I ever wrote, so the editor told me, Will, at Hyperion, he said, I said, what are the best-selling books? And he said, diet books. Diet books just fly off the shelves. Mm-hmm. So my original title was 3 Weeks to a Slimmer You. But the attorneys at Hyperion had a problem with that because there are no dieting tips in the book. And so then I said, what's the next best-selling book? And he said, dating books. So then I wanted to change it to Finding Mr. Right. But again, the weak-kneed attorneys at Hyperion felt since there was nothing in there about dating that the FTC might have a problem with it.
Right,
so then I finally wound up
it's a great title. I love it. And it's stories that, there are stories that I know that are recognized, but you tell a story about Don Rickles is a good friend, and he took your wife. Jenny is her name?
Jenny, yeah.
Jenny. And you've been married how long? It is Jenny.
Jenny, yeah.
And
because he called her Jenny for a long time.
Yeah.
Rickles, he did.
Really?
Well, once it gets trapped in the computer, there's no getting it out.
So you've been married for 48 years?
43 years.
43 years.
43.
That's fantastic. Long time. So you have to tell the story of when you took her to see Don Rickles.
Well, Jenny and Barbara Rickles, they were friends before I met Jenny and before Don met Barbara. And Barbara was the secretary at GAC, and Jenny would call her up sometimes. She was dating an agent at GAC. So we were in Vegas, and I was in the main room, and he was in the lounge, which I always like to bring up. and Jenny said, "Oh, Don Rickles is in town. I haven't seen Barbara in years. I'm going to call her up, and we'll arrange to have dinner." Well, Don did like 3 shows. His last show was like 3:30 in the morning. So we went like midnight, and we had something to eat. And Don was talking to Jenny, and he was talking about how much he hated being on the road, and he just had his first baby, Mindy, and he was away, and so now it comes time for him to do his 3rd show. So we're walking into the show, into the lounge, and Jenny said, "Gee, he's just the sweetest man. He's just, what a dear, nice man." And I said, "Well, honey, his act isn't exactly what you saw in the cafeteria." So we walked in, and the first thing he said, "Well, the stammering idiot from Chicago is here in the audience with his hooker wife from Bayonne, New Jersey." And her jaw just dropped.
That's what I hear. I hear he's just the sweetest guy. He's totally different than that.
He's a lovely guy.
But, well, the book it really is hilarious. And the stories are just as funny when you read them as when you listen to them on your records or saw you do it. If you want, pick up a copy of Bob's new book. I shouldn't even be doing this. It's in bookstores everywhere. And thanks again for being here, Bob.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.